asking you to join me every Friday, 5:30 p.m. GMT on the MHAASP show right here on MZ Radio London. It's a show where we talk about mental health and suicide prevention. Set a reminder for that. And just before I go, I want to let you know I care about your mental health. And you know what? Stick around right here on this station. Don't go nowhere.
For many times you bless me, for many doors you keep opening. When I'm sick, you are my healer. When I'm down, you are my lifter. Before I go, you the answer.
Hi everybody, my name is Kunle Pelemo. You can call me KP. I'm asking you to join me every Friday, 5:30 p.m. GMT on the MHAASP show right here on MZ Radio London. It's a show where we talk about mental health and suicide prevention. Set a reminder for that. And just before I go, I want to let you know I care about your mental health. And you know what? Stick around right here on this station. Don't go nowhere. Stick around right here on this station. Don't go nowhere. MZ Radio London, station on the hill. AP Radio UK, station with distinction. Welcome to another edition of the MHAASP show with KP. And today's edition promises to be another bumper package like we do every week. Yes, this is a show where we talk about mental health and suicide prevention. And we have somebody in the house with me. Like I normally say, I'm not alone in the building. So I've got someone else who is right here with me. Mental health inclined policies in the workplace, encouraging mental health inclined policies in the workplace. So who is in the building with KP? I mean, that reminds me of one song we used to sing right there way back when we were young. Who is in the garden? So this time around, who is in the building? My guest today is a human resources consultant, counselor, encourager, and mental health advocate. She's a mental health success story, and this drives her passion for helping others. She provides support for people going through their healing journey with a firm belief that everyone is able to achieve their desired state of well-being. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Agbelemoge. Double A, how are you today?
I'm well, Kunle. Thank you for having me.
Such a great thing to have you on the show. I am so glad. I'm so glad. You've been a wonderful person. You've been a friend. And then even in the mental health industry, what you're doing is laudable. And I said, yeah, one day you've got to come on the show. And here you are today. I can't be more thankful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I must say that you're doing a great work here. And I totally appreciate what you're doing. Right. So.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your compliment. Thanks a lot. I mean, we don't have any other thing than to keep doing more and create more conversations and awareness about men. We achieve a zero suicide society. So going straight to the topic of today, encouraging mental health inclined policies in the workplace. Now, as an HR consultant and mental health advocate equally, do you think mental health workplace? Let's start with that.
Okay. I think the network is a bit bad. Can you repeat that?
Okay, sorry about that. I said an HR consultant and mental health advocate, do you think mental health is getting enough reception in the workplace?
I don't think that, my reasons are, yes, a lot of people probably are not predisposed to acknowledging that there is something called mental health, right? And for those that think it's there, in terms of mental health issues, and for that think or that are aware, they relate that to psychiatric issues. And, they think that it's a stigma to even talk about it. So in the workplace, I think it's not getting the right attention that it should get. I remember a while back, there's someone in an office setting where I worked. I remember one of the managers used to tell us then that whatever problem you're coming with from home, drop them at the gate. But you see, that is not realistic. Because is not mentally know how that person can, and until organizations begin to see that there is a direct relationship with well-being and their productivity and their output at work, they would not pay that attention, that needed attention to it. So, that's my reason for saying, no, I don't think it's attention.
Okay. I think I'm having a little bit of network challenge right now. So, Adeola, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. Okay. So now, having outlined what the problem is, or the fact that we don't have enough reception when it comes to mental health in the workplace. Now, how do you think we can start creating such conversations in the workplace? Because people, organizations are set up to make money, to make profit. Now, when someone just comes up and says, I'm not really feeling mentally okay to work, or somehow, some people will say, now, how will an organization bear that? So how do we now create conversations, most especially in the top management level, as well as the human resources level? So what are the strategies that you think can be done so that employees will feel relaxed to talk about their mental health? And whenever they find out that their mental health is, they're having issues with their mental health, they can come openly to talk about it.
Okay, thank you. Let me just quickly note this quote that I saw whilst doing my research. It says that the UK Department of Health and the Confederation of British Industry has estimated that 15 to 30% of workers will experience some form of mental health problem during their working life, right? So if we have that percentage, then I think it's important that organizations begin to look into strategies, right, that will foster and create and promote a mentally safe, stable, and sound work environment. So what are the things that, organizations should look at? First, let's start with putting in place policies, right? Yeah. Putting in place policies that will speak to the culture of open communication, the culture of of creating an environment that is non-judgmental, the culture that allows individuals to speak up and ask for help when they need it. We begin to have policies about training. Everybody's involved. Training at the management level, training for supervisors, managers, training for employees, so that, and what is the purpose of these trainings? One is so that they can recognize signs and symptoms of when someone have mental health issues, right? So we look at top down, we look at top up, we look at, the vertical relationship and the horizontal relationship within the workplace. So we should have policies around this. We should also have policies of non-discrimination. And this would help to deal with, it will speak to, for example, whilst you're recruiting, right? Maybe, for example, internal recruitment, right? And someone had mental health challenges and they've gone through the process and they have healed. That shouldn't stop them from being recommended to a higher position if after assessment they deserve it and they skilled and qualified for that. Also, policies that will see to not being stigmatized, right, in the office, and then having campaigns. These are strategies, having ongoing, continuous campaigns that will create, mental health within the office environment. So these, amongst others, really that will help to create that stable and healthy environment for employees.
You're absolutely mental health policy. It's like the healthcare policies that we have in workplace, maybe something like HMO. So something. Your employees, your workers, when it becomes cannot deviate from. So it has to go past the lip service, it has to go past maybe you have an HR personnel who just loves mental health. What if that person leaves that organization? So just like you said, if it's a policy and then it becomes a practice, So it's been a wonderful insight that you're giving us on the show. Let's just quickly take a breather and have a musical break. When we come back, we are going to take a look at the employee side now. How well now should an employee now be open when you begin to have this kind of policies in place? That will be after this musical break. Song of Pastor Grace.
So
There's none like you, Jesus, thy name above all names. My soul, praise the Lord. My soul, praise the Lord. My soul, praise the Lord. My soul, praise the Lord.
My soul, my spirit, praise the Lord. My soul, my spirit, praise the Lord. I will praise you, I will praise you.
Hitting you with hits every day. MZ Radio London, station on the hill.
MZ Radio London, station on the hill. AP Radio UK, station with distinction. And this is still the MHAASP show with KP. KP in the building, and have been having Adeola Agbelemoge, HR consultant, mental health advocate, and we've been discussing the topic with title client policies in the work. Before we went on that break, I said we're going to talk about it from the employee side now. Now, I've been in some organizational settings whereby even you are having physical health challenges, and sometimes part of the advice sometimes. So we've been some all the time. How do you think we can now try to reshape those mentalities and change it? Say I will not want to lose my job. Why should I take a break when I'm having mental health issue? Why should I speak up? Because there's no job out there. That has been majority of the conversations that are comes to when employees used to create conversations of such.
To themselves, it still comes back to the organization and the kind of environment that is being created in that organization. So if we have an organization that has put in place policies and are creating activities and campaigns and awareness around supporting, providing assistance, then I believe that employees would have the freedom in an environment where they know that what they're saying, there's confidentiality.
Yeah.
They are non-judgmental. In that environment where they see that what their issues is kept, confident and is not going to be used against them, then the employees would have the freedom and that confidence to supervisors, the managers, or even the HR person to say, see, I'm having this issues is affecting much, it's on my mind, right? And then, the help, right? And I would also like to see that some of the reasons why some employees will not speak up might not also be work related.
Okay.
Culture. We have this culture. I don't want to people know. So that can be on a personal level as well, because an organization can create such environment, and the employee might decide to keep whatever is going through within him or herself. So I would say that it's both on the organization side and also on the individual side in terms of responsibility to own this challenge that is, is in our face, and is not going anywhere. To own it, right? If organization provides the opportunity and the employees does not speak about it, do you understand? Then, it's on the side of the employee, right? So, the fear of being rejected, the fear of losing their job, the fear of being stigmatized can be what would not allow an employee to speak about. If there's that environment, right, that would make, would encourage that. And aside from that, I would also say that that's why I mentioned, while we're talking about policies, that there should be trainings for managers, for HR personnel, for supervisors, for team lead, to recognize the signs and symptoms. For example, when you see someone that is performing very well, and then that person begins to drop in his or her performance, right? Yeah. Then you should reach out to that person to find out, hey, what's wrong? That's you true. Understand? So even if the employee is not speaking up, you understand, manager can. And then we have what we call mental health first aid, right? So all those trainings should be given so that, the managers, the supervisors, the colleagues, so even if they're just speaking up, they can draw the person out. So there's so much that can be done, really, to encourage the employee to speak up and create that environment.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. This is going to be the last thing I will ask you to do prior to me asking you to tell us how we can reach you. In just a very short minute, can you advise people who are in the top management level? I've created conversations about mental health in several workplaces. And whenever I am doing that, people like the MD, CEO of those organizations, when I tell the audience who are, the collective employees there now, that don't you know that even the CEO does have mental health related issues? Sometimes I used to hear the CEO says, tell them, just to attest to what I am saying. Yeah. So that people don't think they are supermen or superwomen who don't have any issues. Yeah, they're there. I want you to advise them, because that will also go a long way in creating, an open space for them to come out and speak up as well whenever they're having mental health related issues.
Yeah. So I will start by saying that it is enlightened self-interest. Yes, the company, the organization, to have policies around mental health, right? Because a policy in an organization is not limited to just one person. It covers everybody working within that environment, right? So, and also, I would also advise them that when they have challenges too as well, because when she brings it to the office and it disturbs, and once she comes that way, the office is not settled, and she's the owner of the company, but she brings her, marital challenges to work. That they should first of all understand that their mental health also has to be, right for them to actually. So make sure you have to, and then 3, ensure there's an ongoing conversation. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very, very much. Yeah. I think I will definitely have to mention that we're sorry about some issues we're experiencing with network. Yeah, sometimes it happens that way. So bear with us this week. We've been having very, very poor network reception, and that is showing on the output we're giving out there. Apologies. Hopefully next week it will be better than this. Okay, just before we go, Adeola, how can our listening audience reach you? What are your social media handles? And then we're out of the studio.
Okay. So on Instagram, at Tulage, TULAGE 17. And on Facebook, I'm simply Adeola Agbelemoge. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Okay.